Hey guys, Season 5's here. It's been here for a day, and I'm going to go through the main points that are actually going to matter to you so you can get out there and have the best games as quickly as possible, cut through all the crap, yeah? Alright, let's get into it. So, what are we looking at here? Battle Pass, yeah, there's new skins, new weapons, all that kind of stuff. Just know that the two new weapons currently are not meta, therefore is it worthwhile dumping a heap of money to get them? I don't know, I'll leave that up to you. Personally, I'd say no. We've got the new dog companion that you can get with the Black Cell purchase. We'll talk a bit more about that because there are positives and negatives around that. Just know that in game you don't really see your dog because it's attached to your back, but I guess your teammates or enemies can see your dog. So if that's a you thing, that's a you thing. We do have this new companion. It's very much kind of like Cortana from Halo, I feel, like where it sits there and commentates, says kind of stuff, does little anime faces. Up to you if you like that for a new battle buddy. New operators, nothing new here. We knew this was coming. We've got the Shadow Company guys plus the rap stars coming through here as well with Snoop Dogg, Nicki Minaj, and 21 Savage. All right. Gameplay movement. This is something that's important, guys. The slide has been increased. What does that mean? It means you slide quicker, you slide longer, and you can raise your weapon and engage faster. This actually is going to be a pretty important game mechanic to master. I'd suggest getting out there and getting into some gunfights and utilizing this because it will be definitely a benefit to be able to use. The jump, talking about jump, when they mean jump, they're talking about can you hop laterally and sideways, increasing that movement. It's meant to. It doesn't really, guys. In reality, it doesn't really have that impact, especially if you aim. The second you aim down sights, that lateral boost goes away almost entirely. There is a slight reduction on the amount of slowdown you get when you land from higher heights. Minimal, though. New weapons, okay. As we mentioned, they're not meta. The AR, the FR Advanced Assault Rifle is not meta. It's pretty good, medium to close range. Is it anywhere near things like the Cronin Squall used to be? No, it's not. We've got the new sniper, the Karak, I should say, 300 sniper. So semi-automatic rather than bolt action, so it's got a quick fire rate. However, there is a significant ADS time with the builds I've seen so far and a lot of barrel jump. Okay, guys, I think we'll see this have an impact on smaller maps like Vondel, where you can get that quick fire rate and engage enemies in quick succession, putting them down reasonably fast. However, does have a significant damage drop off over distance, therefore I think going to be less influential on the big map like Al Mazrah. So keep that in mind. Give it a crack though, seems kind of fun. Some new skins for throwing knives. Okay, weapon balancing, guys. We get into here. Light machine guns. The RAP had an increase to semi-auto damage or reduced semi-auto fire rate. I don't think anyone's using this as a semi-auto, so I think that's kind of not really that important. Talks about the Cronin Squall still performing better than they like, so they have nerfed it quite significantly. So yeah, it's out of the meta now, guys. All right, the assault rifles, the Chimera. Close mid-range increased. Is it meta? No. M13 Bravo headshot multiplier has been increased. Is that pushed? Has that pushed into the meta? Not really as yet. Battle rifles, as it's mentioned above, Cronin Squall's taken a pretty significant decrease or nerf, as you might say, across a lot of the aspects of it there. Guys, it's still a bit of a beam. It's still a laser beam. It's a very consistent weapon. If it's something you still like, yeah, sure, use it. But is it going to be putting people down like it used to in last season? No. HCR 56, guys, this has taken a limb damage decrease. I think it takes it out of the meta. I think it was pushing to get up there, and this takes it out. It takes it out of the top running. The RAL LMG headshot multiplier increased. Just keep that in mind. Again, though, there's the LMGs or machine guns here in COD is still very slow to reload, slow to ADS. Kind of takes them out of that top running. The MX9 has had some increases, and a lot of people are using this as a submachine close range gun. Yeah, great, puts people down. However, keep in mind small mag size, which means it's going to be hard for you to have those re-engagements. So that second or third party kind of people coming in is going to make it a bit more difficult to get multiple downs. Mini back has been nerfed, so this thing's pretty much just a sort of becomes a bit of a pea shooter now. Lockman sub has had a nerf across the maximum and close to mid-range damage. It's kind of taken it out of the meta. Guys, the Val 46 has been increased. Keep an eye on this one and an eye on the Bass P. I think there might be some builds coming out that make them quite viable. Are they the meta? Not yet. I'll talk to you about that in a second. The Fennec 45, okay, they has had a damage increase, but it's probably not up there just yet. All right, they talk about the Signal 50. They're saying that they're aware that some people are complaining about it, but the data doesn't suggest that it's out of the normal range of his performance. So you might still see this getting thrown around in World Series of Warzone, especially on the larger maps. Okay. Uh, Whilst we're on that, guys, the Strela, from what I see, hasn't been nerfed. So if you want to be a pest and run around Vondel with that one-shot hit scan sniper rifle / rocket launcher, you probably still can. You little buggers. All right, drill charges have nerfed the amount of pain or amount of damage they deal until they go off. That basically just means that you're going to get the down when it pops off rather than during the drilling process. Recon drones had a bit of an update and improve, and tactical cameras, they've fixed an audio issue. Perks, guys, this is important. Bomb Squad perk will protect against death from explosive equipment stuck directly to the player when fully armored. What does this mean? Okay, means those little turtles out there with their riot shields are all going to be running Bomb Squad, and then when you stick them, you're still not going to get to down them. So we're going to have to combat that in some way because we all know how annoying riot shield players are. Yeah. So maybe putting a few rounds into them before you stick them is going to have to be required now to get them down. God, it's going to be fun, especially on Vondel. It's like riot shield central, that place. Okay, quick fix. It gives a cue and a visual, shows you a visual cue for when you shoot someone with quick fix, so you know that they've got it. And entering an objective with quick fix equipped will now visually show when health regeneration effect is active. Okay. Audio, they've made some adjustments here in terms of getting rid of the deafening. It sounds like you're actually on like a C-130. Trust me, been on plenty of them. They are loud as hell. This game is pretty much close to it. It's horrible. Okay. And a visual cue, an audio indicator. So I mentioned about the pet, right? So basically, if you've got high alert equipped and you're running that dog, it will bark when there's enemies nearby, but so you can, it's kind of like a bit of I guess, proximity audio radar. But the problem is, guys, the enemy can also hear that. So if you're hearing a dog barking and you don't have one strapped to your back, just know that there's probably an enemy around in proximity to you with high alert. Okay, interesting. Small audio bug fixes, and they've changed the UI. It's very Netflix inspired these days, isn't it, guys? You know, scrolling across left and right, that kind of stuff. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments if you'd like. It's different. Okay, I did say that I'd talk about the meta, the current meta, guys. Okay, we're looking at two weapons. Long range is the battle rifle TAC V. We're looking at a barrel being the 16-inch precision 18-inch precision 6 barrel. Sacred thread for the muzzle, FTAC Ripper 56 for the underbarrel, high velocity rounds or an optic, up to you, and obviously the 50 round drum. So that's your TAC V long range meta. Okay, if we move to the ISO 45, that's our short range meta. So it's a barrel is a 7X Raptor V2, the Lacerta compensator for the muzzle that gets rid of your horizontal recoil, a 45 round drum magazine, Slimline Pro optic. You'll see in one of my other videos I mentioned about that optics, very important, and the demo fade TAC stock gives you that ADS maneuverability. Guys, I'm going to make a video on both of those weapons that'll come out soon. There'll be a couple of shorts just showing you the setup and the build and the tuning, and also how some footage of them putting people down pretty rapidly. I just wanted to mention it here so you can get out there and hopefully build it and get some gameplay into it before with those weapons before I bring out that video. Guys, hopefully this has been helpful. I know it's a bit down and dirty and quick, but if you do like this and want to see some more content, follow, subscribe, like, all that kind of good stuff, and I'll hopefully see you guys out there or in the next live. Cheers.